Hello and welcome to the second part of the Aspire guide to using VLOOKUPs and if functions. In the last video we looked at aim number 1 using basic formatting. In this video we're going to be looking at number 2, understanding and using the operators for basic formulas. Now, formulas in a spreadsheet do exactly the same job as a sum would do in a calculator. We can ask a spreadsheet to do exactly the same thing that we would ask a calculator to do. However, some of the symbols that we use will be different from a spreadsheet than we would typically see on a calculator. We can see these here in this table, that plus and minus are still the same. However, if we want to ask a spreadsheet to divide, we're going to use a slash symbol, which can be found next to the shift key on your keyboard. And if we want to ask a spreadsheet to multiply, we use an asterisk symbol. This can be found by holding down shift and pressing the number 8 button on your keyboard. Now these are the simple formulas, or the simple formula symbols. More complicated ones that we will look at in another video are greater than, less than, equal to, and also combinations of these. So greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. But first, let's have a look at how we can use some simple formulas. If you open up your risk assessment spreadsheet from your previous aim, we can see that we've already formatted it to look a little bit more user-friendly. The next thing that we need to do is to complete the risk score. We've filled out the probability of an accident and the severity of an accident. To calculate the risk score, we need to times these two numbers together. And the way we do that in a spreadsheet is by hitting the equals button. Now the equals button tells the spreadsheet that we're going to be using a formula or a function, that we want the spreadsheet to do something for us. In this case, what we want it to do is to take this cell, which if I click into it, you can see is D5. We're going to use the times symbol, which is found by holding down shift and pressing the 8 key, and we're going to times D5 by this cell, E5, that I've just clicked into. So you can see our formula reads equals D5 times E5. If I hit enter, you'll find that Excel very nicely times those two numbers together for us. 1 times 5 gives us 5. Now I could do the same thing for each hazard that I have in my risk assessments. However, that's not particularly time saving, especially if I had a large number of things to do. So there is a shortcut we can ask Excel to do. I'm going to click back into our original cell, which is D5, and you can see it's got this green border around it. I'm going to be very careful with my mouse cursor. I'm going to hover over the small green square dot in the bottom right hand corner, and you'll see that my cursor turns into a small black cross. When it does that, I'm going to hold down my mouse button and I'm going to drag down. And you're going to see that magically Excel has copied that formula for us and done all the hard work. It is times 2 by 2 to give us 4, it's times 2 by 4 to give us 8, and so on. So, that has met our second aim. We've understood how to use operators for basic formulas. We know the basic formula symbols, plus, minus, divide and multiply. And in this case, we've used a multiply to times two cells together. If we wanted to minus cells, we would simply change that for a minus symbol, and that would do that for us. If we wanted to divide, we would change that to a slash, and that would do that for us. So, that meets our second aim and objective.